As winter approaches, the big question on everyone's mind is, will December bring a blanket of snow, or will we see lingering warmth holding on from autumn? The answer isn't as simple as you might hope, and it's shaping up to be a season full of surprises. The weather you'll experience depends greatly on where you call home. From the snow-capped peaks of the Rockies to the sun-drenched beaches of the Southeast, the United States is a patchwork of climates, and this winter will highlight those differences more than ever. Across the country, we're seeing a dramatic tug-of-war in the atmosphere. Cold, dense air is surging down from Canada, determined to reclaim territory, while a stubborn pocket of warmth clings to the southeast, refusing to let go. This battle between air masses will shape our winter story. For much of the nation, especially the Midwest, Northeast, and parts of the plains, late November and early December will bring a sharp and sudden turn toward cold. Expect temperatures to dip well below average, with frosty mornings and icy winds becoming the new normal. You'll want to dig out those heavy coats and scarves sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, the Southeast will remain a world apart. Thanks to persistent high pressure, this region will stay unseasonably warm, with many areas enjoying sunshine and temperatures that feel more like late October than December. It's a rare treat for those who prefer mild weather, but it also means a delayed start to the true winter season. This sets up a dramatic temperature gradient across the country. One region shivers under winter's icy grip, while another basks in spring-like air. The contrast will be striking, and it could lead to some wild weather swings as the season unfolds. A series of powerful cold fronts is poised to sweep across the nation, with the first major one arriving right around Thanksgiving. These fronts will bring not just colder air, but also the potential for gusty winds and even the season's first significant snowfalls in some areas. And just when you think it can't get any colder, an even more intense Arctic blast is expected to follow. This surge of frigid air could send temperatures plummeting, especially in the northern and central states, and may trigger snow squalls and icy conditions. These dramatic shifts open the door for classic winter weather. Think snow flurries, slick roads, and the kind of gray, overcast days that make you want to stay inside with a warm drink. Areas where the cold air lingers will be most at risk for wintry precipitation and hazardous travel. So, as we move into December, prepare for a tale of two winters. In some regions, families will be bundling up, shoveling snow, and enjoying classic winter activities. For others, it will be a waiting game, with sleds and snow boots on standby as they hope for the first real taste of winter. In the South, green lawns and autumn leaves may linger, and people will continue to enjoy outdoor activities in light jackets. But don't be fooled, winter's arrival could be sudden and dramatic when it finally comes. Stay weather aware, and keep an eye on the forecast. Rapid changes are coming as we kick off this dynamic winter season. Whether you're bracing for snow or soaking up the sun, this winter promises to keep us all on our toes. Thanksgiving week marks the first major cold front sweeping across the central and eastern U.S., ending any lingering mild weather. Temperatures will plunge, with many areas experiencing their first true taste of winter, 10 to 15 degrees below average in the east. The southeast remains the exception, protected by a persistent ridge of high pressure. A storm system could bring accumulating snow to the upper Midwest and Great Lakes just before the holiday, potentially impacting travel. While not a blizzard, it's a clear sign that winter is here. For most, Thanksgiving will be a chilly celebration, and the start of a larger, persistent pattern shift. This cold front sets the stage for an even stronger Arctic blast as November ends. As December begins, the United States is set to experience one of the most dramatic temperature divides in recent memory. While some regions brace for a deep winter chill, others will feel more like early spring, creating a striking contrast across the country. A powerful Arctic front will surge southward, sweeping over the Rockies and plunging into the heart of the west and central U.S. This blast of frigid air will send temperatures tumbling, with many areas running 15 to 25 degrees below their seasonal averages. Cities that recently enjoyed mild autumn days will suddenly find themselves in the grip of winter, with snow and biting winds making daily life a challenge. Meanwhile, the southeast will hold on to unseasonable warmth, with highs soaring well above normal for this time of year. People in places like Florida and Georgia may be wearing t-shirts and shorts, enjoying sunshine and balmy breezes, even as much of the country shivers. This sharp temperature gradient will be visible on weather maps, highlighting the stark difference between regions. On December 1st, the contrast will be especially dramatic in Texas. The Panhandle could wake up to single-digit temperatures and a frosty landscape, while just a few hundred miles away, the Texas coast basks in sunshine and highs in the 70s. It's a rare sight to see such a wide range of weather conditions within a single state. This sharp boundary between cold and warm air will act as a battleground for the atmosphere. As moisture from the Gulf of Mexico streams northward and collides with the advancing Arctic air, the stage will be set for active weather. Expect the potential for strong storms, heavy rain, and even some wintry precipitation right along this dividing line. Forecasters expect this cold versus warm pattern to persist through at least the first week of December. The ongoing clash of air masses will keep weather conditions unsettled, with frequent swings between chilly and mild, and the potential for more storms as the days go by. By mid-December, however, changes are on the horizon. The persistent ridge of high pressure over the southeast is expected to weaken, finally allowing the cold air to spill eastward. Residents from the Gulf Coast to the Carolinas should prepare for a noticeable drop in temperatures as winter's grip extends its reach. As Christmas approaches, this shift could usher in a colder, snowier pattern for the East Coast. For those dreaming of a white Christmas, the odds may be looking up this year, as wintry weather finally makes its way east just in time for the holiday season. With cold air in place, snow chances rise as we move from late November into early December. Thanksgiving week snow will mainly target the upper Midwest and Great Lakes, with lake-effect snow possible. The real potential for a major winter storm comes as the Arctic boundary drops south at month's end. If this front taps Gulf moisture, a significant winter storm could develop across the central U.S., Rockies, and Great Lakes. The southeast will stay warm and snow-free, protected by high pressure. The most favored areas for early December snow: Intermountain West, Central Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, and Great Lakes. Residents in these regions should prepare now for impactful winter weather. To truly grasp the wild swings in weather this winter, we need to look high above the surface, at the powerful jet stream, and the way it carves out troughs and ridges across the continent. These features are the invisible architects of our weather, shaping everything from frigid blasts to unexpected warm spells. Troughs act like giant atmospheric valleys, dipping southward and pulling cold Arctic air deep into the heart of North America. When a trough sets up, it can unleash bitter cold, snow, and even ice storms. In contrast, ridges are like atmospheric hills, pushing north and blocking that cold air, allowing milder, sometimes spring-like conditions to take hold, even in the depths of winter. This winter, a persistent southeast ridge will act as a shield, keeping that region warmer and drier than usual. Meanwhile, a deep trough over the west and central U.S. will open the door for repeated surges of frigid air, setting the stage for dramatic weather contrasts across the country. The ongoing tug-of-war between these features creates a striking temperature divide. While some areas bask in sunshine, others are plunged into deep freeze. This battle is what drives the nation's extreme temperature swings, sometimes within just a few hundred miles. But the story doesn't end there. On a global scale, the Madden-Julian Oscillation, or MJO, is a key player. The MJO is a massive pulse of tropical rainfall and thunderstorms that travels around the globe, and it can nudge the jet stream into new patterns, amplifying or dampening winter's extremes. As the MJO shifts into Phase 7 around Thanksgiving, it tends to favor a colder, stormier setup for much of the country. This means more frequent storms, gusty winds, and a higher chance for early winter snow in many regions, just as families gather for the holidays. By early December, the MJO is expected to move into Phase 8, a phase historically linked to widespread cold and active storm tracks, especially across the central and eastern U.S. This pattern often brings heavy snow, icy conditions, and the kind of winter weather that can disrupt travel and daily life. This progression of the MJO, combined with the ongoing battle between troughs and ridges, gives forecasters increased confidence that December will be colder and stormier than average for millions of Americans. Families should prepare for more frequent snow events and the possibility of significant winter storms. With all these forces at play, the atmosphere is primed for a dramatic winter pattern shift, one that could bring memorable weather events and keep us all watching the skies in the weeks ahead. As December progresses, the southeast ridge weakens, letting cold air spread eastward. This opens the door for widespread cold and increased snow chances in the east. The storm track will shift, bringing winter storms to the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast after December 5th. The Northeast could see significant snowfall as storms tap Atlantic moisture. The MJO's move into Phase 8 supports a sustained cold, snowy pattern leading up to Christmas. A white Christmas becomes more likely for many in the east. While long-range forecasts aren't guarantees, the setup strongly favors a wintry end to December. Let's zoom in on the forecast for Friday, November 21st, 2025. A large area of rain is moving across the central U.S., while Southern California gets rare, beneficial moisture from a coastal low. The main concern today is in the Mid-South, where strong to severe thunderstorms are expected. Damaging winds, large hail, and even a small tornado risk are possible for parts of Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. Warm, humid air from the Gulf clashes with cold, dry air in the north, fueling these storms. Elsewhere, rain spreads into the Ohio Valley and East Coast. Welcome news for drought-stricken areas. Today's weather map is a classic example of late autumn's volatility. These dynamic patterns set the stage for even bigger winter changes ahead. With big changes coming, now's the time to prepare for winter. Check your heating system, seal drafts, and insulate exposed pipes to protect your home. Ready your vehicle. Check tires, antifreeze, battery, and wipers. Keep a winter emergency kit in your car. Stock up on warm clothing and have an emergency plan with food, water, and supplies for power outages. Stay informed. Weather can change fast. Use weather apps and NOAA radios for alerts. Pay attention to local forecasts and follow emergency officials' advice. Preparation now means less stress when winter weather hits. Simple steps can make a big difference in safety and comfort. Be proactive and stay ahead of the storm. December 2024 promises dramatic weather, frigid Arctic air battling lingering southern warmth. Most of the country will see true winter arrive, with cold and potential storms, especially in the central U.S. and Great Lakes. The southeast stays warm at first, but a mid-December pattern shift could bring cold and snow to the east coast. The Madden-Julian Oscillation supports this wintry trend. Stay prepared and check forecasts daily. Details will become clearer closer to each event. Reliable weather apps and NOAA radios are essential for timely alerts. Winter's power demands respect, but with preparation, you can face it confidently. Stay tuned for updates as we track this evolving winter season.